So for today, I thought, given that last week our focus was all about kind of no fear yoga, or at least working with your fears and working through them, that theme of confidence, I thought today we would try, what I'm going to do is keep the cues reasonably minimal and just allow you to focus on kind of really taking control of your own concentration, your own breath, your own yoga practice is the plan for today, at least. So firstly, well done as ever for getting on your mats, because I know it's never tricky, especially when we're at home and in our own room. So first off, you've made it. Well done. And we'll have a lovely hour. So with that in mind, what we're going to do to start with the breath work is, I thought we can all start standing up rather than sitting down for today. Get that little bit of movement and concentration in. And we'll all begin in Tadasana, in mountain pose. And I'd invite you here just to close the eyes as we should at the start of all our yoga practices. Just check in with the breath. Notice how your body is feeling today, how your mind is feeling. And we're going to be working a lot with two of the foundational principles of yoga today. Drishti, which is the gaze, which you can even set a firm, steady drishti with your eyes closed. Think of it kind of in between your eyes. Soft gaze, bringing that focus. We're also going to be thinking about how we can use the breath to get that focus. So on your next inhale, raise your arms up, gaze up towards the ceiling, drishti set at your thumbs, arms go wide, exhale for 3, 2, 1. Pause at the bottom, inhale back up, hands to heart. We're going to go again, building on that, inhaling up, exhaling 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, rising up, arms stretch up, exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, rise. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale up. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale up, eyes closed, concentration inwards. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rising up. Exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bow down to your own count. Rising up. Exhaling, arms wide, folding. Inhaling back to center. Arms to your side. Tadasana. Mountain pose. Rolling your shoulders up and back. Taking a nice big breath in through the nose. Exhaling. Back to center. Hands at heart. Eyes gently closed. Setting your intention for your yoga today. Bringing to mind any thoughts, emotions you want to cultivate over your practice, and using them as your focus throughout. Okay, we'll go through a few sun salutation aids now. So step to the front of your mat. We're going to inhale, hands rise. Exhale, forward fold, all the way down to the mat. You're going to pause here. Have your hands just in front of your feet, all facing forwards. And really see if you can press the palms of your hands into the mat. You might need to bend your knees whilst doing this to get your torso nice and close. But experience how it feels using your palms to kind of really get some more length through the back by pressing down into the ground. And stay here for 3 breaths. Inhaling, exhaling. In and out. Resting still, breathing in. Exhaling. Hands still at the front of your mat. Step your right foot back. Lower the knee. Low lunge. Inhaling, rising the arms up. Gentle back bend. Exhaling back down to the ground. Left foot meets the right. Exhale, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg steps forward. Right knee down, low lunge. Inhale up. Gaze follows the breath. Exhale, hands go down to the front of your mat. Left foot steps back to meet the right. Lowering down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Gaze to the front of your mat. Step your feet forward, maybe right foot first, followed by the left. Inhaling, rising up. Staying with your breath, your focus. Exhaling, hands go wide. Tadasana. All right, go again. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, folding. Inhale, hands, plant them in front of your feet. And just spend 1 moment in this forward fold this time. Before taking your left foot back, low lunge. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Right foot meets the left. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot steps through. Left leg lowers. Inhale, hands go up. Low lunge. Exhale, hands down to the front of your mat. And then this time, step the left foot to meet the right at the front. And we're back where we started. Forward fold. One more time, we're going to inhale, rise up. Maybe add in a few elements here. Exhale, bow down. Right foot steps back. Lower the knee. Inhale, rise up. Low lunge. Exhale, hands go down. Your breath, your movement. Left leg joins the right. Chaturanga Dandasana, lowering down. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up to the sky. Pointing that up before stepping it through. Low lunge. Inhale, hands lift. Exhale, back down to the mat. Right foot comes to meet the left this time, stepping to the front. Forward fold. Staying here. Taking a moment to get the breath back. So we're going to work on a balance. And what we're going to do is just lift the right leg, point the toe, keeping your knees together. You might like to keep your hands on the floor in front of you, playing around there. If you're feeling super stable, maybe even experimenting, taking your hands to your standing leg. Staying there. Nice, well done. Before bringing that foot back down. Inhaling, rising up. Exhaling, shaking it out, moving there. Very nice shape, shimmying. We're going to step through, go on the other side. So this time, inhaling, rising up. Exhaling, bowing down to that forward fold, really hinging from the lower belly here. Once we're in the forward fold, you're feeling steady. Lift the opposite leg this time. Left leg. Point the toe, keep the knees together. Maybe, if we're feeling okay, remove the hands. Taking them to your standing calf. Gazing at your standing foot wherever you are. Holding there. Before taking the hands back to the mat. Well done, stepping the right foot back. Left foot joins. Exhaling, lowering down. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Pedaling out the legs here. Before experimenting with first lifting the heels and then planting them down to the mat. Lowering them as low as feels comfortable today. And then whenever you get there, or heels in that direction, see what happens when you lift your hips a bit more, push them to the back of the mat. And just notice if you can intensify that stretch down the back of the legs. Holding our downward facing dog. before moving all the way through to high plank. Exhaling, lowering down to the ground. All right, we're going to work here on a little strength exercise. So our side plank here. Now, there are several options coming onto your side, right arm down to begin with. You can either start elbow and knee, lifting the hips up. Left arm goes up. Option 2, staying on that elbow, lifting the hips. Or option 3, feeling super strong, staying on that standing arm, whatever variation you go for. Lifting the hips as high as you can. For 3, for 2, for 1. Nice. Exhaling back down. We're going to swap sides. Staying there, so whichever side you did first, swap to the other one. Should be left arm now. Choose your variation. Forearm, hand, knee, whatever you go for. But together we'll rise up. Find your balance first. Maybe even lift a leg if you fancy. Coming back. Holding there, lifting the hips higher, higher, higher. Back down, well done. You can come onto your front on the mat, wiggling out the hips, taking the hands beside you, palms facing down. Take your right cheek down to the mat. Swap sides. Left cheek faces down. Coming back to the breath. Plant your hands underneath your shoulders. Rising upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Walk your feet towards the front of the mat. When you get there, forward folding, opposite hands take opposite elbows. Ragdoll. Inhale, rising up, chair pose. Utkatasana. Bending down as much as you like. Hands as close as you can get them to your ears. That's really lovely. Well done. Staying here. Gazing in front of you. Before inhaling, rising up. Exhaling, Tadasana. We're going to come straight to our eagle pose here. Mixture of twisting and balancing. So, take your right leg, rise it up. Right knee comes over the left, twisting that round, round, round. Hands in front. Right arm goes under, left arm over. And then the aim is to get the palms as close as we can to touching. Rising the shoulders and the kind of elbows up. Finding your balance here. And then if you're feeling steady, bend forwards, nested eagle. Use your breath and your gaze. Stay in that position, very good. Inhaling, rising back up. Releasing nice and gentle. Hands going to the side. Nice, moving the legs, moving the shoulders. Coming to the other side, we always get another go at this. Inhaling, left leg lifts. And then bring it over the right. Seeing if you can just about get your foot behind the calf or even tucking around it. You've got left leg over, left arm under. Crossing the arms, palms meeting. First, rising those elbows up before seeing how low you can sink down in the legs. Using your gaze to keep you steady. If we're okay here, nest your ego, bow down. Again, this is taking our gaze, your drishti, towards the floor. Holding here before coming back, upwards. Well done, all the wonderful eagles. Letting your hands go wide. Looks like flapping your wings. Lovely. All right, so we're going to come wide-legged forward fold. Feet at the edge of your mat. Nice, this is all about our upwards lifting postures, followed by bowing down. So, from here, just hands to hips first. Make sure you're feeling steady in the feet, both facing forwards at your level of comfort. And we're going to take the arms wide. Left hand goes towards right foot, introducing a twist. Keeping that right arm up, gazing towards your top hand. Holding here. Before coming back to center, lifting the hands up. Exhaling, arms go wide. Twist to the opposite side, right hand down to left foot. Either on the foot inside or outside if you can manage. Lifting your gaze up towards the other hand. Releasing them back to center, nice and slow. Don't want anyone feeling wobbly here. Inhaling back up. Exhaling, hands wide. Go one more time. Left hand down, right hand lifts. Really good twist, good for the digestive system. Lifting up the right hand. Staying here for just a little bit longer, feeling that stretch in the legs, the twist in the lower back. Before coming back to center. Hands rise. Exhaling back out. Swapping sides. Right hand goes down. Keeping going here, lifting the left arm up. Twisting. Before coming back to center. Hands lift. Good job, tricky one to do. And then exhaling, hands go down. Pivot your right foot so it's facing the front of your mat. We'll meet in warrior two. Nice strong warrior here. Set your foundations first. Gaze, front middle finger. Your yoga. Listening to your breath. Going to inhale, peaceful warrior, right hand lifts. Left hand goes down to the back leg. Gaze at the top. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, arms lift to the top of the ceiling, straighten the front leg. Exhale, warrior two. This time extended side angle, so right hand goes down to your front thigh. Left hand sweeps under and to the front. Gaze follows, twisting the torso towards the ceiling. Come back, finding your warrior two. Before straightening that front leg, Trikonasana, right arm goes forward. Drops down to your front angle, lifting up through the left hand. You know your options here, so either challenging arms to the front, staying in this beautiful triangle pose, or maybe practicing the bind. Holding that. Before taking the hands down to the mat. Right foot steps back to meet the left. Exhaling, lowering down. Nice and slowly, slowly. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Taking a moment here, pedaling out those legs. Before finding stillness. And then we're going to walk the hands towards the feet, rising us back up to standing. Nice and slowly does it. And then we'll meet in that wide-legged stance once more. Inhaling, hands lift, eyes closed. Exhaling, just folding down this time, your wide-legged forward fold. Hands go down either to the mat, ankles or calves. Feeling that stretch in the legs. Letting your breath guide you down, again hinging really from the hips and the lower belly. Rising back up again, nicely, nicely. Pivoting your left foot, warrior two. Stretching out the hands. Go again on the other side, nice deep bend. Coming back to your focus, your intention, your breath. Inhale, peaceful warrior, left arm goes up. Right hand goes down. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, arms go up. Straighten that front leg. Exhale, warrior two. Extended side angle. Left arm goes down to the front side. Right hand sweeps up and over. Gazing up, maybe bring that smile in, that energy back in. Stretching, stretching, stretching. Back to warrior two. Well done. One more time. Peaceful warrior. Left hand lifts. Right hand lowers. Back to warrior two. Inhale. Arms rise. Straighten the front leg. Exhale. Warrior two. Last extended side angle, left arm goes down, right swoops under and up, gazing to your right hand, and then back to warrior two. Trikonasana on the left, straightening that leg, feeling like someone's pulling your arms, pulling, 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 before lowering down. Left arm goes down, right lifts. Gazing up to the top, feeling that stretch in the legs, the slight twist in the body. Holding here. Before taking hands down to the mat. Right foot comes back to meet the left. Lowering down all the way. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Lovely. We'll all meet in child's pose here, so drop the knees wide on your mat. Sitting back on your feet. And just stretch the arms out as far as you can. Really focusing now on the stretch through the fingers but still kind of pushing the shoulder blades back in towards each other. Letting your head drop. Massaging your forehead into the mat. Pushing your hips back towards your feet. Balasana. Okay, we're going to rise up through tabletop. Coming to all fours here. Taking right arm out in front of you. Stretching out the left leg. Working on a bit of core balancing here. Staying here. Holding this pose before bringing elbow to knee. Rounding. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, round. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, round. Really get your knee as high towards your nose as you possibly can. Back to center. Swap sides, left hand comes out. Right leg straightens. Very good. Bring elbow to knee. Round. Really lift that knee, engage the abdominals. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it back in. One more time. Inhaling, extending. Exhale, bring it back in. Hands come back to the mat. And we're going to rise up, keeping the knees on the ground. All that core work really helps with our back bends, keeping everything stable. So we're going to come to Camel now, Ustrasana. So for this, if you have any lower back problems, never push this too far. Keep your hands on your lower back. Lift the chest up. And you can just do a gentle back bend here. If it feels okay for you, you can take your hands back to your ankles, either feet flat on the floor like this, or tucking the toes. Your choice. Coming back nice and slow. Lifting the chest, whatever variation we're in. Keeping your chin gently tucked. Soft gaze ahead. Holding here for 3, 2, 1. Exhaling, coming out, supporting the back as you do. Coming into a child's pose with knees close together, lengthening out the spine after those back bends. We're going to go to Camel one more time. So once you feel you've kind of stretched it out enough, we'll lift up. Choose your variation of Camel that feels okay to you. Lifting the chest. Listening to your breath. Exhaling, coming back out. Child's pose once again, knees close in together. Stretching the hands out. Stretching, stretching, stretching before bringing the hands back into the knees. Swing your legs round, come to seated. Stretching the legs out in front of you. Hands go out. Then we're going to lower down a little bit more core, all the way down together. 3, 2, 1, all the way to the floor. Once you get there, lift the right leg and bring your knee into your chest. We're doing a lot of kind of stretching of the hamstrings today. So really push that knee in, perhaps slightly outside of the torso. And what we're going to do is lift that leg straight up to the sky. Your options are either to support it with hands behind the thigh, or for anyone slightly more flexible in the hamstrings, taking your first 2 fingers around your big toe, stretching up like that. Your choice, whatever variation you go with, just making sure that your hips are still on the floor and you're flexing both heels. This will help the stretch. Keeping shoulders on the floor, holding the leg there. And then if you've got space in your room, letting it come out to the right side. I definitely don't hear the side of wall, so I'll demonstrate the left. Bring it up and then taking it all the way out to the side, trying to keep your right hip down as far as possible on the floor. Staying here still, both heels flexed. Before bringing it back to center, both legs stretch out. Hands facing up. Take a mini rest before going on the other side. So first pressing that left thigh into the torso. Pressing it down and to the outside. Coming back to your breath. Rise and fall. Finding your point of stillness in your center before coming to the next pose, which is extending that leg. So either supporting the thigh or taking the toe, straightening it up. We're going to just stay with this pose for a little while, working into both heels. Holding them. Before letting that left leg fall out. Trying as far as possible to keep your right hip towards the ground. So it doesn't have to go all the way to the floor. Entirely your choice on how far you go out. We'll bring it back to center. And lowering that left leg down to meet the right. Bring both knees into the chest. Hug them in, giving your spine a gentle roll, side to side. Before planting the feet on the mat, knees up, hands, palms facing down. We're going to set up for bridge here. So you want to just be able to tickle the backs of your feet with your toes. With your fingers. That would be tricky. Really lengthening your spine down into the ground. And then clasp your fingers together first. And walk each shoulder blade in under your back, which will mean that you naturally lift your hips. Keep the chin tucked, spine straight and long, and then press your hips up as high as you can, just like we did in our side plank. When you're as high as you can go, we're going to play around with a little bit of strength here, maybe seeing if we can lift that right leg, straightening it out, lowering it down, and back up, and then down And back up. Well done, taking that down. Really pushing those hips up one more time, up, up, up. And then left leg goes up. Pointing the toe, lowering it down and up. And down and up. Nice, down. And back up one more time, back to the ground. See some lovely feet coming in and out of shot there. Pushing the hips up one last time, last bridge. Exhaling back down. Wonderful feet. Knees come into the torso. Pressing them in. Rocking side to side. Before flexing both feet up towards the ceiling, stretching them up, flexing through the heels. And then we're going to cross the legs and see if we can bring ourselves back up to seated. And we're going to come through to meet in downward facing dog. Going to be setting up for pigeon here. So first, this will be our last downward facing dog of class. So really just notice if you can find any more length in the heels, through the backs of the legs. Lift your right leg up, pointing the toes, and then bring it through to the front. Right knee goes to right hand. Lengthening out through the left. Inhaling, rising up. Exhaling, folding down. Should be aiming to have the hips kind of flat. The floor facing straight in front of you here. So notice if you're leaning more to one side than the other. And if it gets uncomfortable at any time, you're in charge. Come out of the pose whenever you're ready. Lowering the head down. Just softening in to the hip opener. Letting the body go down into the mat. Press back into the hands. Gazing forwards. Before tucking the left toes. Bringing the right foot back, pointing it up to the sky once more. And then back, downward facing dog. Pedal out the legs. I'm going to swap sides, lifting the left leg up. Stretching it up first, before bringing it all the way through. Pigeon on the left. Thigh as close to parallel as we can get. Knee nice and wide on the mat. Stretching back leg back. Lifting the chest. Exhaling. Using your forearms as a pillow. Folding down. Remembering today is all about bringing your own focus, your own meaning to your yoga practice. So bring whatever intention, whatever quality you wanted to set to bring today back to mind. And really keep that with us. The last 10 minutes or so of class. Wonderful. All right. Come over to your left side. Swing the legs out once more onto the ground. So we're up to sitting. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold down, hinging from the hips once more. No different to the standing forward folds we did. Feet, if possible, grabbing your feet with your hands or your calves or ankles. Inhaling, stretching. Exhaling, lengthening. Holding here for 3 breaths. And then release the hands. Take your forearms down on the mat. So they're either side of you, fingers facing towards the feet. We're going to come to Matsyasana, fish pose here. So for this, what you want to do is a bit like bridge. Bring the elbows in underneath the body as far as possible. So kind of wiggle your hands underneath your bum, like that. And then gaze towards your feet. First, lift the torso up. Gaze to your big toes. Exhale, crown of the head goes down onto the mat. Torso lifts up towards the ceiling. It's a great one to finish the class, really lifting the chest up, surrendering into the pose. If and only if you've got your head on the ground, you can experiment with just lifting the legs here or keeping them grounded. Releasing the hands. Taking them side of the body this time, really just coming into the ground. We're going to take just a mini Shavasana, just kind of resetting the spine. Palms facing up. Letting the mind clear. Before finishing the shoulder stand. So setting up for this. Taking the knees towards the head first. Supporting the lower back. And then rising up. Pointing the legs. Seeing if you can find any more height. Keeping it steady first. 3 breaths. We're going to play around with moving the legs. So take the right leg down towards your face. Seeing if you can keep the left one steady. Right one as close to parallel with the floor as you can get. And then back up. Make sure your neck is always straight, facing forwards in this. Swap side, left leg goes down. Down, down, down. Holding there. And then back up to center. Stretching the legs out once more. And then bringing both feet down towards the face. This is coming into plow pose. If your back allows it, just letting the feet touch the ground behind you. Stretching the arms out. Stay here. Before making sure you're supporting the lower back. Bending the knees, coming out nice and slowly. vertebrae by vertebrae onto the floor. Legs straight, lowering them down, engaging the core as you go. Wonderful. So, from here, lying back onto the mat, soles of the feet touch. Supta Baddha Konasana. Right hand on your belly, left hand on your heart. Bring that focus back in. Feeling your breath as well as listening to it. Stretch the legs out for bringing the right thigh into the chest. Supine twist, so you know where we're going here. Taking that leg over to the left-hand side of the body. Right arm stretches out to the other side. Gaze follows. Right leg comes back to the center. Swapping sides, left thigh into the chest. Really pressing it in, giving yourself a squeeze. You've made it. Coming over to the other side. Left leg goes down. Left arm extends. Softening the body into your mat. Letting go of any tension. Or coming back to center. Stretching both feet out. Hands behind you. One last big stretch. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Tense every muscle. And then release. Come to your Shavasana. Let the feet just hang wide. Palms facing up. Chin gently tucked. Let any control of the breath go. You might have still been holding. Body soften. Mind soften. Be aware, bring your focus and your concentration to any thoughts that might come in. Invite them in with kindness. And let them go again. Doing a gentle body scan. Softening through the feet. Calves. Over the knees and thighs. Your yoga. Or concentration. Bringing your focus up through the belly. Relaxing through the lower back. Mid back. And go with any tension, dropping the shoulders. Sweeping your awareness down over the arms. all the way through to the tips of your fingers. Bringing careful concentration to each finger in turn. Softening the forearms, upper arms, back along the neck, through the back of the head to the crown, relaxing, softening, letting your yoga practice sink in. Finally relaxing the face, the eyes, jaw, relaxing the tongue, cheeks, scattering your awareness from the tip of your head all the way down the body. Get to the toes, bringing it all the way back up again. Keeping the mind still, calm, and soft. On your next inhale, rolling over to the right. Keeping your eyes closed as you come back to seated, finding your way to a comfortable seated position in your own time. Whenever you get there, taking hands to heart, pressing them into your chest, keeping that intention with you one last time, really pressing it in. Inhaling, exhale, let it go, big sigh out. Inhale, hands rise. Exhale, arms go wide. Back to center, one more time, lifting the hands, inhaling. Exhaling, arms go wide. Hands to center. Bring them up to your forehead. With an open heart, an open mind. Thank you everybody today as always for joining. Thank you. And as always, have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday evening, whatever you might be up to.